Nana, thank you. Still ahead, we all want our kids to make good friends, but protecting them from bullies can be a challenge. We're going to speak to one local mom and counselor who's tackling all of this in a new children's book. Welcome back. We all want to make good friends, right? We want our kids to have good friends, kind friends, but we also want to protect them from those mean friends. This morning, we're tackling the issue with a local mom and counselor, Christina Furnival. Christina, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for dropping off the book. I've had a chance to read it. I love this book. It is so timely for me because my almost 5-year-old sometimes is sad when she plays with certain friends, and I just don't know how to address the issue. And you do just that in this book. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, talk about your book, The Not So Friendly Friend.
So this book is a book that supports you and your children to learn and understand when someone's not treating you right and then what to do about it. Children often have friendship problems and they come to us parents and we don't always know exactly what to say. I've been in the mental health field since 2009, so I've seen youth through all sorts of issues and problems, but friendships and relationships is often a concern that comes up in my office. And then when my daughter came home from school one day with her own not so friendly friend, I went to my library, my bookshelf of social emotional skills books, and I couldn't find a book that exactly spoke about boundaries. And so I wrote it.
That's what I love about this book. It sets boundaries and it teaches your child how to recognize that the friend is not so friendly and what to say to them. Talk about it.
So with our children, we often throw around the word best friend or good friend or bad friend, but we don't always get specific about what that means. So this book is a tool to help you open up that conversation with your child and explain a best friend might say this or might do this, and you might come away feeling this way. And with that awareness and knowledge, your child will be able to recognize, wow, so-and-so actually isn't as good of a friend as I thought that they were. And now I know what to do about it.
So I have some of the examples here in this book. And here it is. It's it doesn't have a page, but it says, if you want to be kind, I'd be glad to play with you. But if you don't treat me right, you can go away. You can go your way. Not you can go away. But basically, it really, speaks in a kid's language. Like, hey, you know what? If you're not going to be nice to me, we don't have to play right now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the messaging that I know I received and our children often receive is to be nice to everybody. And there is value in being kind. Being nice is actually when you're doing something or being obliging for the sake of being liked by others. We don't really want our children to do that. We want them to be their kind, wonderful selves and be benevolent. But if someone's not treating you right, you don't owe them you going out of your way to show them that you're a great friend and that you earn their affection. That's not a healthy way to be in a relationship. And so this book gives you the skills and gives your children the skills to make a simple boundary. And exactly like you said, say, you know what, you're not treating me right. So I'm going to go play with my friends who do treat me well and who treat me with love. And then when you're ready to be nice to me again, you're welcome to join. So it's a firm but flexible boundary that allows the movement and the decision making to happen between the friends.
I love this. What ages are you trying to reach with this book?
It is geared for ages 4 to 10. It is a rhyming picture book, but the message is so much bigger than that. My 3-year-old loves it. I have a couple friends with 1 and 2-year-olds who adore it. And then for older kids, it might feel a little bit young, but the messaging is so important. And at the back, it has conversation starters and discussion questions that are really good for any age.
I love this. What are the tools or conversations we should be having as parents to help our kids?
Well, one really, really important foundational skill is to work with your children on their social emotional skills in general. So that's the ability to recognize and identify how they're feeling, to be able to put labels and words to how they're feeling and express what they want or need. And then one of the really big ways that we parents can support our children is by modeling boundaries ourselves. And this may feel really uncomfortable if we're not used to it, if we're not practiced in setting boundaries, but our children are sponges and they watch what we do. And if we can model even a simple boundary, like at a restaurant, if you get the wrong meal delivered and kind of talk it through with your child about how you'll handle it, they can see, wow, my mom or my dad or my caregiver values themselves. And if they value themselves, I can value myself and stand up for myself too.
That is some great advice, Christina. The Not So Friendly Friend, where can people find this book?
Pretty much anywhere. It's on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and Target online. It's on the publisher's website, which is PESI, and it's also on my website, ChristinaFurnival.com.
Thank you so much for having this important conversation. So timely for me. Going to read this with my daughter tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thanks so much for joining us, Christina.
We run into those situations. My daughter will come over and say, I thought she was my friend. She hit me, or she said she hated me.
Or she's my best friend.
You tell them,
yes.
you know, that you're not going to be talked to like that.
I like this because it sends a clear message and healthy boundaries.
Teaches them how to resolve conflicts.
Absolutely.
I really like that.